Welcome back, everyone, to From the Couch. I'm back, everybody. It's been a while, but we got Levi here. Levi, how are you doing, my friend?
Oh man, dude, I'm doing fantastic. I've been so excited for this sports season, particularly with football. Got to watch the preseason for the Steelers last week, and you already know me. I'm getting real hyped up for the Steelers this year, as always, because that's the usual motto that we go by every single year, and then we end up losing it at the end of the year. But hey, football's back, and we're excited for it.
But Levi, I got a question for you.
Hmm.
Steelers gonna go Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, 100%. Steelers Super Bowl this year. It's Aaron Rodgers last year. It's no question. They're gonna want Aaron Rodgers to ride off in the sunset with a Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
Absolute
Well,
cinema.
yeah. Obviously, next week we will do our projections or predictions for the AFC and NFC North because both of our teams, the Bears and the Steelers, are both in Northern
Yeah, they
divisions.
are.
But we'll do that next week. Obviously, college football is right around the corner. Week
Yes, sir.
zero is actually next week, so we're like,
Already, man,
we're right there. Like it's literally
that's
happening next
crazy.
week is week
Finish
zero,
line.
which is crazy. But yeah, people are excited. Preseason football is here. I'm seeing some
Fantasy,
of the worst. Yeah, fantasy.
fantasy's
We
already
drafted.
started.
I hate
If
to break it
anybody,
to
if
people. My fantasy team is so bad.
Yeah, if anybody checked out our live stream, we did do a live stream of the couch, and it was incredible, a lot of fun. And Peter wasn't obviously not there for it, but it
I
was a lot of
drafted.
fun. We had a lot of fun doing our draft and fantasy football. We love it every year, and that's just one of the other reasons why we love football so much. It's
Yeah,
competitive, and
last.
there's other things we can enjoy.
Yeah, this is like what, like year three, year four of our
I
league.
believe this is year three. I know me, Oscar, and my other brothers, Aiden and Ethan, of course, we've done it several years with Oscar. So I believe this is your third or fourth year joining us on this run. So a
Hmm.
lot of fun.
And I finished last year, and
Yeah, you did.
it was bad. It's for people. I had to paint my fingernails Packers colors for the Bears wild card game for that whole week, and then the Bears won. So eat it, Green Bay, eat it.
And for those of you who did not, for those of you who did not check out our live stream, I do highly recommend. We are looking for fantasy football punishments for whoever the loser is this year. So if you can leave something in the comments as a suggestion, leave it
Not
below.
terrible, not
As long as it's
awful,
nothing extreme. But
nothing
give us
extreme.
something. Give us some suggestions. We need a fantasy punishment this year.
Like Levi, I saw a guy that had like a fantasy punishment that he had to take connecting flights across the country and then
I
back within
yes, I
24
saw that
hours.
too. That was
I saw that and
hilarious.
I'm like my bank account like felt the pain when I saw that. I'm like, oof,
Please
like
make it relatively cheap. We're not trying to do anything completely outrageous like
again, it can
buying
be
flights.
embarrassing. It can be embarrassing, but not like causing bodily harm, not financially going to ruin somebody. Like we're looking for funny ish, punishments
Yeah, like
that
if you want
is
to see if you
relatively
want to see
tame.
Peter throw up eating pancakes on stream, we can do that.
No, 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 no. I personally don't want to do that.
Well, with
But
your
yeah,
fantasy football team, you might be doing it.
uh, I mean, hey, I have Puka Nakua and CD Lamb and a lot of a lot of hope is
I
essentially what
hope.
I'm a lot of hope. All right, let's get into the rapid fire news, Levi, because we have a lot to cover. Let's start off obviously with baseball because we're in the stretch now. We're like basically
Hmm.
hitting the very end. We got about a month and a half of baseball left, and then we're in postseason play. Uh, St. Louis Cardinals rookie Joshua Baez. He had himself a debut. He hit 3 home runs in his first 3 at bats against the rival Chicago Cubs. He is the first ever MLB player to do that. Levi, I saw that game, and boy, let me tell you, it was
Wait, wait.
magical
So
watching
like
that.
I heard about this and I heard he was a rookie. He just got called up, if I'm correct, right?
Yep, that correct.
Now, and like I heard about this, but are you basically saying the moment he stepped up to plate, he hit three straight home runs? But that
Correct.
and that's I did not know that part. That's
Yeah,
insane.
his first 3 at bats, he hit home run, home run, home run.
and
It was
and no
insane.
one's
It
ever
was
done that.
crazy.
That's insane. How do you
That's it.
how do you get called up to the MLB and you just go right out and you hit 3 back-to-back home runs? That's incredible. You guys have a great player there.
Absolute cinema is.
That is absolutely cinema.
Again, like Baez, like in the St. Louis Cardinals farm system. I'm pretty sure like Levi's gonna be throwing some video up of like some of the home runs that he had for our people watching on YouTube. I mean, he was electric. I mean, we're talking about like in his AAA highlights. This dude just mashes the ball. Really good contact. Really good power. Obviously, I don't think like again like me expecting him to hit a home run every game. That's not going to come to fruition as much.
Of
But I
course.
mean, I'm expecting him to be a really good power bat that the Cardinals desperately need to go alongside Burleson and Walker. But for him to like hit 3 home runs his first 3 at bats, I'm like, that was not on my bingo card. But hey, shout
Who
out to
would?
him. He had himself a debut. So hey, shout out Joshua Baez.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. What a great way to start off your career in the MLB.
Yeah. Next up, the MLB has approved a sale of one of its organizations. Now, obviously, for those that do not follow baseball, the San Diego Padres' previous owner, I think his name is Peter Scales, or again, if I apologize, again, can't remember his name. But he sadly passed away last year. And obviously, the family of the owner has decided to put this team up for sale. There was a bid, and the MLB just approved that bid. $3.9 billion
Wow.
goes to a group that is now buying the San Diego Padres. So that is a big, massive sale. I don't think it's like the largest sale in MLB history, but it's definitely up there as one of the most significant ones.
I mean, well done right there. I'm guessing that his family had pretty much all the involvement in the selling of the team, correct?
Right. Yep.
And it's interesting because I mean, not to get off topic, and I think we're going to cover here in just a minute. Is there's been some major sellings of some particular professional teams within the sports league, so it's kind of incredible. I mean, $3.9 billion, like to sports world, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that's still an insane amount of money. Billions of dollars for a franchise like that. I couldn't really tell you exactly what the history, the status of the Padres' career has been, and how the family has treated this organization, but
Really well, by the way.
but
Like
but
they
it's
treat
really
the.
well. And I mean,
Mhm.
the amount of money that you're selling it for does definitely speak a lot of volume on how they play altogether.
Yeah. All right, now moving on to the NBA. We have finally the Kawhi Leonard saga is possibly over. Um, so the NBA has cleared Kawhi Leonard of his contract investigation, saying that there was no evidence that the Clippers funneled money to Leonard through various different sponsors. Now, obviously, that does not mean the fact that the Clippers are out of the scope of punishment yet. Apparently, there are some reports that says that the NBA is going to have the Clippers face some type of punishment due to some staff members trying to circumvent the cap through Kawhi Leonard's contract. So obviously, again, the Clippers aren't out of the way, but they dodged a massive bullet with this Kawhi Leonard contract, and most likely now that it's cleared per se, that Kawhi Leonard's the trade to Toronto is now going to go all the way through.
And we can talk money and politics all day when it comes to the world of sports. All I can say is I'm just glad that this situation is pretty much behind us at this point. Now Kawhi Leonard can finally move on and get ready to start practicing as we get closer to the NBA season. So I'm just glad that they got that figured out. And it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting to see him return to the Clippers. So I'm excited for that.
All right, and last up in our rapid fire news, the Lakers have sold for a record 12.9 billion, and that is B as in buck $1 billion to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. And just recently, Jeannie Buss, the daughter of the famed Dr. Buss, who originally had the Lakers franchise, she just yesterday sold the last remaining 17% of the stake of ownership in the Clippers and gave that over to Iger and Kushner as well. Levi, as our residential Lakers fan, I'm putting that in air quotes for everybody because he's a LeBron fan. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, to get on a little bit of my story too, I'm also a major Disney fan, and to some extent, Bob Iger is if you don't know, is the former CEO of Walt Disney. He just stepped down a couple months ago, and so now he's now he's ready to go on and make some major investments. And obviously, in this case, the Lakers. The Lakers are probably the most. If I'm wrong here, they're probably the most lucrative organization in the entire sports world in this country, I should say. They are a very expensive team. They've obviously had a lot of notable athletes on their team. One of them, of course, being my very own favorite, LeBron. But we've had legends like Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, all these other different legends that have played on this team. And they're the most popular NBA team of all time. It does not matter what era we're in. They have always been a relevant team, and the stars. It's in LA, so you always have the stars showing up for these games, and it's just it's a very lucrative organization that people love to watch all the time. So,
Mhm.
um, to what extent on what Iger and Kushner's going to do to the franchise, I imagine it's only going to get better. I mean, if we're talking about a guy who ran the Walt Disney Company for over like 30 years, if I believe, I'm sure he's probably going to find great ways to make this organization even better, especially now that they're moving on with Luca as their predominant star athlete for the team. So there's going to be a lot of things that'll probably change. I have no doubt, but I am excited for the Lakers' future and what this purchase is going to do for them.
Yeah, and I definitely know with the first overall selection for the 2027 pick, the Lakers will probably trade up and select Airbud as their new player. So who knows?
Airbud,
I
hey,
mean,
watch out, man! They're making a new
I
movie for him too.
they are making a new movie that was announced at D23, I believe. And so I think Bob Iger's like, you know what, that guy Airbud,
That's a
he's the
Laker
guy
right
that is
there.
gonna. That's a Laker right there. I feel like that's gonna have to be like a draft where it's like we're gonna have to like draft like a whole like starting lineup of like fictional players
There you
at
go.
some
Yeah,
point. That'd be a fun thing.
Airbud's gonna play a full 60 minutes.
Yes. Full on 60. How many
Full on
points are we talking about?
60.
He's dropping.
Oh,
How many
I
points?
mean, dude, if he's playing a full on 60, I mean, it has to be more than 100 for sure. More than
100
100.
points a game. He's breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record like that with
Yeah, he's
Luca
breaking
by
he's
his
breaking
side.
he's breaking Wilt's record. Yes, absolutely.
Dang, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. All right, but yeah, in all seriousness, no. Congrats to Iger. I'm very interested to see how the Lakers are going to operate moving forward. But yeah, it's a very interesting time to be a Lakers fan. All right, but with
No
that
doubt.
out of the way for rapid fire news, let's get into some football talk
Football,
because it's
baby.
right
Let's
around the
go.
corner. As I said, week 0 is next week. And Levi, we got the top 25 from the Associated Press poll. If you can just
That's
pull that up
right.
for us, and then we will give our reactions to this. And trust me, we have some thoughts on this because uh, obviously the AP top 25. It's the most recognized poll I feel like in college football until we get to the committee that I think is around like week 8, week 9 of the season. Um, Obviously, the top 25 it lists off like this. I'm gonna list off the top 10 for our listeners. We have Ohio State number 1 in the country. They received 40 first place votes. Oregon is second with 14 first place votes. Georgia in third. Notre Dame fourth with 6 first place votes. Texas 5, Indiana at 6, the defending national champions. They had Levi. Is that also 6 first place votes as well, or is that 8?
I'm actually. It was 8 votes. 8 votes.
8 first place votes, and then Miami, who played them in the national championship
Got one.
against Indiana, got 1 vote. That rounds out with Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and then Oklahoma. Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, not a single SEC team got a first place vote, which has been a massive talking point in the college football circle. But Levi, what are your thoughts? Ohio State #1, obviously, so I bet you're happy about that. But what are your overall reactions to the AP top 25 this year?
You know, after I saw these come out the other day, today is now August 18th, by the way, and so this came out. I believe it was either yesterday or the day before. But there has been a notable history, not just with the Big Ten, and not just with Ohio State, but being ranked #1 at the start of preseason typically has not indicated that you're going to do very well this season. And I will say probably not even winning the national championship. I can't remember the stat I had read about, but it has been an extremely long time is all I can say since a #1 team that was ranked at the start of the season ended up winning that national championship. So in terms of history, it doesn't look good for Ohio State with that capacity. Last year, Texas was ranked #1, and they missed out on the college football playoffs. The last time that a #1 team was ranked, I believe, and actually did decent was Clemson in 2020. They were ranked #1 at the start of preseason, and that was like the closest the team had gotten to a national championship at that point. They obviously lost, um, but yeah, so preseason, obviously, it doesn't mean a lot. It's kind of the same way how we say in the NFL, preseason games don't mean a whole lot. Preseason rankings don't necessarily mean a whole lot. They're obviously just looking at a lot of history based on their performance last year, who the teams have obtained, who they've lost, and then of course the strength of schedule is definitely going to be a big factor into this. So, but to see Ohio State and Oregon reaching the top there, it's no surprise to me. I think it makes sense. I guess I am a little surprised that the SEC is down bad. They're down bad, man. I mean, you got Georgia at 3, Texas at 5. And your next one, what is Texas A&M at 8? Like,
Levi, half the top 10 is SEC teams, so they're not down bad, but to not get a first place vote is a little
Yeah,
interesting.
that is pretty wild. It's pretty wild. So, um, but yeah, I mean, gonna be excited for Ohio State. But everything that I'm going to judge their ranking will be based on what I see them play on the field here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I think my initial reaction was I was very surprised to see Indiana like this low. I feared like maybe like you put them like fifth because again like they did lose a lot of good players to the NFL draft. But I hate to break it to the AP voters, you just gave Kurt Signetti
Gave him a
a
reason.
ton of ammunition,
Hmm.
so much ammunition for this upcoming season.
Yeah. Now, I will say in Indiana's case, yeah, they lost a lot of players. They're probably also looking at I don't know how many like recruits they got 4 and 5 stars this year. I know there was a few notable ones, but they're probably also looking at okay, they didn't do too much recruiting, getting all these big stars. But again, that's the thing that happened last year. Kurt Signetti didn't have all these big 4 and 5 stars, maybe more 3 stars than anything, and they still won a national championship. So whatever the committee's looking at, I don't know how they do it, but Indiana is probably a team you do not want to trifle with. If there's any coach that can do it, it's going to be Kurt Signetti. So I definitely would trust their process. And hey, man, they're an underdog, so I won't be surprised if they end up topping out the rankings at the end of the season.
Yeah. And Levi, if you scroll down, we'll go through the rest of the top 25. 11 is LSU, 12 is Texas Tech, 13 Alabama, 14 USC, uh, also tied for 14th is BYU. I'm pretty sure that's probably a
That's
typo. I'm pretty sure
interesting.
that's 15th. 16th is Michigan. 17th is Washington. That's one I was very surprised by. 18th Penn State. 19 SMU. 20 Tennessee. 21 Utah. 22 Iowa. 23 Houston. 24 Louisville. 25 Missouri. Uh, I think the one thing that surprised me the most was that Clemson is not in this top 25 voting for the AP.
Yeah. I mean, they had a decent squad last year. I believe they made like the first round of the playoffs, if I remember correctly. But
I think so too, because I think that they let me
I don't
check
know.
the numbers
Clemson
here.
has always been a weird character to me ever since the first conception of the college football playoffs. They have their on and off seasons. They're more consistent with on seasons rather than off. But I think since the start of the 12 format,
They did
they
not
just
make the
have not.
playoffs last year, by the way.
Okay, I think it was the year before in the initial conception of 12
Yeah,
team,
because I
but
think they played Texas, if I remember correctly.
yeah. So, but I don't know. They're always one of those on and off teams that I honestly I can't figure out how to judge sometimes. They're a tough one. My most surprising one for me when I first saw the rankings is that Illinois was not on that list.
Yeah, I'm not really shocked by it. Because obviously I think like when the schedule plays out, I think that their schedule is going to like kind of reflect it. But I didn't think that they deserve to be a top 25 team. Because I think again, like they lost a ton on the offensive line. Defensive wise, they lost some good pieces as well. So I kind of understand why they weren't ranked. But I think that Illinois, I think, is going to be back in the top 25, but like probably towards the lower end of things, probably like close to around like 23, 24 by the time you get into like week 3, week 4 of the season. Because obviously, I don't think they play a single ranked opponent until they play Ohio State, and I think like their 5th game of the year.
Yeah. Um I and we can talk circles around this team, but Alabama at 13, do you think they're too high or do you think they're too low?
I think it's the right point for Alabama. Like they're good enough. Like I think obviously like for me, like I think Alabama is slightly better than LSU because I think that LSU is more so you put together with duct tape and you're trying to see what holds up. Because obviously Lane Kiffin is there, and people are thinking that Lane Kiffin's going to turn the program around. I think that LSU is going to be a absolute clown show this year because there's going to be a lot of drama. There's going to be a lot of speculation regarding Lane Kiffin. And again, like this is a guy that I think personally, I think if let's say Kalen DeBoer gets fired, if Alabama reaches out to Lane Kiffin, Kiffin will take that in a heartbeat. But I think Alabama, like it makes total sense. Like they're a good enough of a squad to be in the discussion for the playoffs, but I don't think they're good enough to be in it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like
And
they're in that 9-win, 3-loss like area for me where I'm like, they're good enough to be there, but not necessarily.
I agree. And it almost seems like every year, I can't remember what their season outcome was at the end before playoffs, but I do know this. Every time they play Georgia, usually like twice a year. They play them once in the regular season, and they always end up meeting each other in the SEC championship. And it seems like every time when they have that game, that gives them more firepower as to why they should be in the playoffs if they're winning that game. And obviously, again, there's we could talk about how much there is favorable with the SEC and bringing some of these teams in. That's not left up for debate, but Alabama usually does always find themselves in the conversation regardless of where their ranking is at the initial start of the season because they again they'll find a way to get themselves to the finish line.
Yeah. But for you, like Levi, is there like any team that stands out to you that's like too high? You're like, why is this like team like being seen as like so high compared
Um,
to everybody else?
yeah, I think the one that I was looking at is Ole Miss. I mean, they had a great squad last year, and again, that was under Lane Kiffin leadership. I don't remember who took the place as head coach for this
Pete
year.
Golding.
Pete
Pete Golding.
Golding. I don't know enough about him, but I I can't necessarily say that they're going to be as good as they were last year.
I think
They proved well in the playoffs when without
Mhm,
Lane Kiffin, but that was only for what, 1 or 2 games? We're talking about now a prolonged season. So to see
mhm.
them like this high with a new head coach and a little bit of concern on how things are going to perform. Lane Kiffin was a great coach, and I won't be surprised if he does have some success here in LSU. But I would think to have Ole Miss in the top 10 does seem a little unreasonable to me.
I think Ole Miss, like that's perfectly reasonable, Levi. But for me, I think Ole Miss, like that's like a good ranking for them because their defense that they had from last year that was like pretty decent. Because like Pete Golding's a defensive minded coach. He brings a vast majority of those players back. He still has Trinidad Chambliss. He still has Lacey that really good running back still back there. Obviously, there's still a lot of offensive concerns since Lane Kiffin is gone. But I think for Golding, like you saw how good that team was last year. And obviously, like Charlie Weiss, like people are like, well, he was the offense coordinator. Then like he left to go to LSU. It's like, okay, but it's like you still have a whole off season for this new offense coordinator to come in to implement his system to make sure that it still runs really well with the players that he has already there. And then you're already turning a pretty decent defense that again, like you're talking about the fact that they were what like one score away from beating Miami and then going to
It's true.
play Indiana in the college football championship last year.
Hmm.
So I think that for Pete Golding, I think he adds stability to Ole
Okay.
Miss that Ole Miss desperately needed at the head coaching position because Lane Kiffin, the past like 2 years before he decided to leave LSU, has been the whole will he leave to Ole Miss to go to Florida or will he leave Ole Miss to go to LSU? Is he going to leave? Is he going to leave? Is he going to leave? He finally leaves. They bring Pete Golding on. And I think for the athletic department, I think for the players themselves, they can finally breathe a sigh of relief and be like, okay, this guy has shown the playoffs in the highest stakes that he is really cool under pressure. He gets these guys ready to play. He can go out there and play a pretty good uh team and win. And I think that for Ole Miss, like I think 9 is reasonable. I don't think that again, like I don't think they're better than Georgia. I don't think that they're better than Texas. Again, you can make the whole argument: Are they better than Texas A&M? Are they worse than Oklahoma, LSU, etc.? Again, we're gonna see it because like again, like Ole Miss is playing some of those teams this season. So if Pete Golding's mindset from last year's playoff is put the ball in the dirt, let's go out and see who's the better team. I think that's a good mentality for Ole Miss to have heading into this upcoming season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I kind of just think to myself is how this transition from Lane Kiffin to Pete Golding is now going to be in effect, and really there's going to probably be a lot of talking about Ole Miss and LSU this year as this upcoming season is around the corner. My question for you, Peter, real quick: do you think Ole Miss is good enough to make the SEC championship?
I would say no, and here's why. Um, I think Ole Miss is like good enough to be like a 10-2 team and be in the playoffs, but I don't think that do I think talent wise that they're better than Texas? Do I think talent wise they're better than Georgia? The answer is no, because those two teams have really darn good coaches and a lot of funding behind them to be super competitive. But I think for Ole Miss, it boils down to can their coaching outcoach Steve Sarkisian or can their coaching outcoach Kirby Smart? I think Georgia, yes, because last year they kind of proved it. I think Texas is just a wild card where like, you have no idea because how really weird Texas was last year. But I think again with like Arch Manning having year 2 under his belt as starting quarterback, and then again I don't trust Oklahoma. I certainly don't trust LSU. Alabama's on the downward trend. So I think
Mm,
Ole Miss is definitely going to be in that top 4 terms of SEC teams. But
okay.
again, it all just boils down to can the players stay focused and just like again, kind of what Pete Golding did. Our mentality is national championship because we got a good squad, and then let's just see how everything else uh, turns out for the year.
Yeah. But week 0 is on the way. I mean, we are going to be excited for this. I cannot wait for college football to officially start back up.
Yeah, I am too. Week 0 is next week, and we'll be super excited for that. All right. Moving on, we will be going into our NFL talk. And Levi, the talk of the town right now is Jane Daniels. Out of respect, we will not mention the number 5 at all because we do not want a cease and desist letter from Jane Daniels.
Did you just
Um,
mentioning it there? Is that going to get us a cease and desist letter after saying that already?
I hope not. Yeah, for those that do not know, Jane Daniels has now become the butt of the joke in the entire National Football League and football circle, and really the sports circle in general. For those that do not know, Jane Daniel and his team sent a cease and desist letter to his alma mater LSU over the use of the number 5 because he got really upset because LSU gave the number 5 to another player. Um, and basically in that cease and desist, they basically told LSU because of this, they do not want them to use his name, image, or likeness in any promotional items at all. But also, they told LSU reportedly, again, this is reportedly, we don't know how valid this is, that Jane Daniels told LSU that they want the copy of the Heisman Trophy that is at LSU sent to Jane Daniels.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
so obviously, yesterday in Levi, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like put this in post. There were a bunch of teams last year that were clowning Jaden
Oh
Daniels.
yeah, yeah. There was a lot of
Basically,
them.
like the Mets. The Mets yesterday clowned Jaden Daniels by saying,
Yeah, it was like
"Yeah,
the
we stopped
whole.
at 4 because we didn't because out of respect for Jaden Daniels, we didn't want to go to 5."
Yeah, the
And
whole
it's
MLB
just
was like
become
they were flaming him. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
it was crazy. But again, like I'm pretty sure like Levi, like in post, like you're gonna be showing the social media posts in our YouTube video. But for people listen on Spotify, you can easily find that on social media because it's doing wonders and it's doing numbers out there. But yeah, Levi, what are your thoughts? Like, do you think Jane Daniels is actually now focused on the NFL season
Dude,
this year at
I
all,
think
or is he just being
I
dumb?
think he's I first off, I just think he's going too far in this particular situation. Like this is your university you're talking about. This is your college. You're an alumni there, and you cherish probably a lot of those memories you had at LSU, especially playing football there. A lot of excitement that you had while you played there, and now all of a sudden you're turning again, basically against your school because they're using your number. It it is very. I don't know how rare it is, but it is rare to have people retire a number for whatever you did. If Jay Daniels, if there was anybody that deserved a jersey retired, a number retirement, it would be Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, Jay Daniels, it is not you. Joe Burrow would get that in a heartbeat. But with that said, like, come on, dude. You want a copy of the Heisman Trophy, dude? You played at LSU. When it comes to any school, if there is some form of validity and honor and respect that each an athlete gets at that school, without a doubt, LSU is going to want to use that in their marketing material because they can say, "Hey, you know, we work on Heisman Trophy winners here at this school." They want to be able to tell. They want to be able to get players there. They want to be able to have more success down the line. And using you as an example, a Heisman winner, that's going to be an excellent. That's going to be an excellent argument in their books. You need to be able to use that. So I would say, Jane Daniels, dude, back it up here. Focus on football, dude. That's what we're here. That's what you're there for. The Commanders didn't have a very good season last year because you got injured, and now you're going after your college team when we're just a weeks away from the NFL season. Stay focused, man. Forget about that. You're already getting paid a ton of money by playing the NFL. Who cares what your school does? They love you. They clearly love you enough that they want to be able to just represent you and honor you through that. So don't even go after your school, man. Just keep it cool. Let them do their thing. You do your thing, and stay
Mhm.
focused.
Yeah. My thoughts on this is the fact that it's you touch on a little bit. I saw some people like making the argument that Jane Daniels had more of an impact at LSU than Joe Burrow did, and I was like, are
Okay, that's
you
kind of crazy.
people crazy? Like Joe Burrow had probably the best season of any college quarterback in the history of the game and won a national championship that same season, and he was the catalyst of it. And Jaden Daniels, mind you, he went to Arizona State first, transferred into LSU, and he won the Heisman in a year when other candidates weren't good. Like they just didn't play good that
Hmm.
year. And I think for like people to say like, oh, like yeah, like Daniels deserves to have his jersey retired. I'm like, no, because like the number 7 at LSU is like very revered because there's a bunch of players that have been very, very good at LSU that have worn the number 7. Leonard Fournette comes to mind. Tyrann Mathieu comes to mind. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a bunch of other players as well. But the number 7 is like very revered, as in like, hey,
Mhm.
if you're a good player, you wear 7. Number 5 is like, eh, like yeah, like you had Jane Daniels have one good season. He won a Heisman, but it's like, does that deserve a jersey retirement? No, I don't think so, because I don't think your impact at the university is on the level that Joe Burrow had. Like Joe Burrow put LSU back on the map because of his
Mhm.
performance and the
For
fact that
sure.
he won a national championship. Jane Daniels, it's like, cool, you won the Heisman, then you were playing like, I think it was the Alamo Bowl or the Tax Slayer Bowl or something like that year. Like you didn't even play in the college football playoff that year. So for him to just say, "Oh, I deserve to have my jersey retired and not being used," it's like, but you don't get to decide that because you're not with the university anymore. That's not for you to decide.
Yeah. Yeah, just stay focused, Jan Daniels. Forget about everything. I'd even say I would even go as far as saying that Joe Burrow gets a number retirement. Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, they all get number retirements before you. I'm sorry. I know you won the Heisman Trophy, but yeah, like you mentioned, it wasn't like a tight race that year. I think Jay and Daniels was probably, without a doubt, no question, the most deserving of the Heisman Trophy that year. So, not that I'm saying I'm trying to disrespect his validity on his winning that year, but it wasn't that great of a competition, to be honest. So, but
No.
yeah, Jay and Daniels, they're doing their thing. You need to just lay back and just go about your thing, man.
Out of respect for Jane Daniels, every NFL team has agreed to avoid 5 wins out of respect uh, for Jane
With five
Daniels.
wins,
So,
yikes!
oh,
Well, that's
like
gonna be a
no team
tough
can finish
season.
at 5 wins. They have to do that out of respect for Jane Daniels
Impossible.
moving forward. Yeah, it's an impossible challenge.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, but with that being said, Levi, let's dive into our predictions. I want to kind of like dive into what you and Aiden talked about last week for the NFC East a little bit, because again, I was
Yeah.
gone, I was out of town. Yeah, your guys' predictions in your guys' episode. Obviously, again, if you haven't watched our NFC East predictions, please go back to the previous episode.
Check that out.
Aiden and Levi killed it when I was gone. Again, they did a really good job on that. But obviously, again, um, I was very surprised that really number one that Aiden had the Patriots going 3-14, not 3-14, 3-4 last year. I think that's a little high, seeing as how like their schedule is a little bit harder this year. But I also think too, I think with their team. I think with the Seahawks beating the Patriots the way that they did, I think
Hmm.
that teams are gonna really figure out the Patriots offense like very quickly, and it's
For
gonna
sure.
become very bad for them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't have his predictions in front of me, but I know I
Yeah,
I was
I have it
I
written
wasn't high on
down.
I wasn't high on the Patriots either, and still even today I'm still not feeling
Yeah,
the same way about them.
Aiden had the Patriots at 3-4, Buffalo at 12-5, Jets at 5-12, and then Miami at 4-13. Um, And then I think you guys again like I think a lot of our pick. I'm surprised that also Aiden had Dallas as high as he did, like 11-6. And again, I'm not dogging
6.
on Aiden. I'm just like very surprised that he went 11-6. Again,
I
with
mean,
how absolutely bad that Dallas defense is.
it's not full. I mean, I don't think it's that far off. I mean, I had him at 10-7, so just one less
Right.
win. But I mean, if you look at that division too, they can beat the Giants. They can beat the Eagles. Well, I don't know. Maybe
This
they
is the
can.
Cowboys we're talking about, though, and I definitely know Stephen A. Smith, knowing the fact that he loves making fun of the Cowboys, and I think that America loves making fun of the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to lose some games that they should win
Hmm.
handily because this is the Cowboys we're talking about.
Yeah, but they live in the regular season, and that's it for the most part. And other than, yeah, again, some of those games that they should not lose, um, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I am curious just to if there's any particular picks that you made last week since you weren't here that you wanted to touch on that you thought was a standout for you when you made your picks.
Um, Not really. I think most of the picks that I sent you, Levi, um,
Mhm.
or in our chat, I think most of the picks that I sent were fairly reasonable. Like I didn't go too crazy in any of the ones I was talking about because I think overall, like again, I think Philadelphia, like even with all the drama with Nick Sirianni uh as the head coach and really with how like weird the NFC East is, like I still think that again, like I think the Commanders are good enough to be decent but not great. I still think that Dallas is going to put up a ton of points, but the Eagles are the best team. And I just think the Bills. I think with DJ Moore is really good now. Jets and Dolphins fans, please find a hobby that's other than football for the fall because it's dark times, especially
I made
Dolphins
a
fans. It's bad.
I made the joke last week that Justin Herbert and Madison Beer became boyfriend and girlfriend and got engaged before the Jets have recorded a single interception.
That's tough. That's a tough
It
look.
is tough. Yeah,
That's a
you hate
tough
to
look for
see it.
Jets fans.
And
Um,
I told Aiden this. And I know we've touched on it many times in this show. If they just record one interception or two, that's a Super Bowl win in my book.
Jets fans, we are your thoughts and prayers. Like you're with us. Like we're you're with us.
We're
We,
mourning for you right now.
yep. But yeah, I think also too for the Giants. I think the Giants are just gonna be one of those fun teams. I think they're gonna have a lot of losses, but I think those losses are more like, like the Giants are like being competitive a little bit. I think they're gonna be fun. I think they're gonna be a fun team to watch
I mean, and
next year.
my favorite player to watch on that team, you know you love him, Cam Scattaboo. When we were when we were doing our live stream for the draft the other day, and when Cam Scattaboo was gone, Oscar's wife literally said, "Isn't that the guy that likes to bang his head against the wall?" It's like, "Yep, that's him right there." Love Cam Scattaboo. We love him.
Again, he's a national treasure because he's like the craziest person, but in the nicest way possible. Like he's
Hmm.
like he just does stuff that you're like, are we sure he's okay like in the head? And everyone's like, yeah, he's totally fine. Like that's just Cam. And you're like, yeah,
That's him.
that totally makes sense. Um, yeah, but I think with like Jackson Dark, Malik Neighbors come back. They have John Harbaugh as their new head coach. Cam Scabo obviously has come back. And again, like you have Arvell Reese. You still have a very good defense with Kayvon Thibodeau, with Brian Burns, with Abdul Carter. Like that's going to be a very, very fun defense to watch next year.
Yeah, cannot wait
All
for
right.
that. So let's go ahead. Why don't we go ahead now and start our AFC and NFC West preview?
Yeah. Do you want to start off with the NFC or the AFC? Because both these divisions are really freaking good.
They are. That's tough. Let's go ahead. We've done the AFC the past few weeks to start, so let's start with the NFC this time. So uh,
Yeah.
I think we
I'll be reading off Aiden's picks because like he texted us for it.
yeah.
So uh
Let's
let's
um
let's
let's
start
go
off with
ahead
our
and do
last place teams.
yeah. Let's do last place. So I mean, I think we'll probably all mostly be in agreement here. The Cardinals are going to be last place this year.
Yeah, I have the Cardinals in last place at 2-15. Aiden has the Cardinals last at 4-13.
And then I have them at 5-12.
Wow, you have them having
5-12.
winning 5 games this year.
I did, yeah, and I don't know.
Levi, like that, like their team is so bad at every level. Like Trey McBride is a 99 overall in Madden, which good job, Trey.
I have my 5 wins. I'm looking at their schedule right now too, and I did the same thing when I looked at it. They got it. They got the Giants, they got the Jets, the Saints, and the Raiders. I think those are all winnable games in my book.
God, you have them winning all 4 of those.
All
Those are
five of
coin
those.
flip games. All 5?
Yeah, that's 5 games right there. Giants,
Oh,
Jets, Commanders, Raiders, and Saints.
I don't know, Levi. Like this team is bad, like really bad.
I've
Like
seen
like
worse.
like Jeremiah Love has a high ankle sprain. He's gonna miss the beginning of the season.
Well, yeah, and we talked about that the other day during fantasy drafts, especially. But I don't know. He's not going to play the rest of preseason, of course. So I'm sure he's hoping to be ready at the start of the season. With that being said, yeah, I suppose if you do put it that way, yeah, I could see that happen. But I'm sure with these last we're like 3 weeks away from the NFL season. I think that'll be enough time for him to deal with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm low on them because I think they're probably in the mindset of tank to get Arch Manning or Dante Moore.
Mm.
They need a new QB. Jacob Brissett, they had a whole entire contract dispute with Jacoby Brissett heading into this season. I'm pretty sure the Cardinals' mindset is just tank and be as bad as possible and just try and find a generational talent to be at the helm of the organization now that they cut ties with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, and they got a great receiver in Marvin Harrison, so he hasn't seen a lot of that.
Possibly.
Possibly, I mean, he hasn't seen a
Year
lot of that
three.
activity.
His first 2 years have not been great.
They haven't, they have not. But I'm hoping for a turnaround. So, but
Yeah, but again, like
regardless,
Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison's there, Trey McBride, like it's a solid like skill group right there. But like who like outside Jeremiah Love, it's like
not a
the
lot
running
going
back
for
room is not great. You have a Sid the Sloth that was like slinging it in the.
him.
I feel bad, but I'm sorry.
Because that's
He looks like
we're
Sid the
talking
Sloth.
about the dude that went to the national championship, lost in the
Yes,
national championship.
Carson
But
Beck. We're talking about Carson Beck. He looks like Sid the Sloth. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm not the one who made the joke. The internet made the joke. I'm just more reiterating it. I have nothing but respect for Carson Beck. I think he's a decent QB, but you look like Sid from Ice Age. It's not
Mm.
great. It's not a good look. Levi, I'm pretty sure in post, like you're gonna show like a picture of like Carson Beck and Sid the Sloth like right next to one another. It's gonna be like Pam from The Office, like corporate wants you to figure out the difference between the two photos, and she
they're
looks
the
back,
same
it's like they're
picture.
the same. They're the same picture.
Yeah, feel
It's
bad
not a
for
great
him.
look. It's
It's
not a great look.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as great of a look, just like their record this year. So
Yeah. 2-15. For me, again, Aiden had them at 4-13. I think Levi, you said 5-12.
5-12. Yep. So, my third place, I have the 49ers getting third place this season.
What's their record?
I have them going 11-6.
Oh shoot! At third place, 11-6. They're a
Yeah.
wild card team at 11-6. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Okay. Aiden had them in third place at 7-10.
7-10. Wow. He
Yeah.
must really be. He must really be on the injury train this year.
Hey, that electrical substation, dude, it gets them every time. It gets them.
That's
Hey, dude, have you seen the news? We'll get into it after my my prediction. I have the Niners also in third place at 10-7.
10-7. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's still a playoff team.
it's still a playoff caliber team. But did you see the news that 20% of the 49ers roster is now injured?
We did actually talk about that last week on the show, and man, dude, I mean, we won't get too much into it again, but dude, I don't know what's going on in San Francisco, man. They got to get something figured out. We haven't even started the season this time. All the injuries happened during the season, and we haven't even started, and you're already getting injured. 20% of your roster, your big key players, and
Hey,
I
that
don't know what to
electrical
tell you.
substation, dude, like it's. Hey, did you see the fact that someone made a social media account for the electrical substation?
No. Oh
Yes,
my
someone
gosh.
made an actual social media account for the electrical substation, and then when someone gets injured, he tweets out, claimed another victim.
We were at the we were at their softball game last night, and Oscar he was there to watch as well. But there's like a big electrical station right there across the street, and Oscar goes to me. He's like, "You suppose there's going to be a lot of injuries tonight, given they're next to an electrical station?"
Someone
Teasing
just
on the
pops like a
49ers.
like pops their knee out of their socket, or like someone tears an ACL.
Yep, must be those substations, man.
Like
I
I
tell
also
you.
love how the Niners had to do it, spend money on actual study to see if the electrical substation actually claims victims. like actually causes
Yeah.
injuries. And also, shout out to the who was it, Levi? Was it the Chargers when they did the Halo one and they were making fun of the
Oh,
electrical substation?
yes, that's right. Yep, you're right. Yep, that was them. That was good. But
So good.
um, but like in all seriousness, like if I'm putting injuries aside, if I'm just assuming I'm going into the season with them all healthy, all their all their notable losses
It's
for
an old
me,
roster too.
yeah. I mean,
It's
but
an old
but
team.
the notable losses that they have, they're all really good teams. We're talking they're losing twice to the Rams. I have them losing twice to the Rams, twice to
Seahawks.
Seattle. Yeah, twice to Seahawks, and then one to Kansas City, and then Philadelphia. Other than that, I think every other team they have on
It's a
here
tough
is
schedule. I mean, it's
beatable.
a really tough schedule.
It is. It's a tough schedule, but I mean, yeah, I like we talked about. This is arguably one of the best divisions in football right now. So coming in
I don't think
third
it's
place,
arguable. I think it is the best division in football right now.
I mean, there might be another one,
It's
but
dude, it's like three playoff caliber teams plus Arizona.
yeah,
Which again, Cardinals fans, please go out and find a hobby this fall outside of football. It's going to be a bad fall for you. Go to a pumpkin patch. Go see the Grand Canyon. Take up knitting. Go play golf. Do something that's
jeez,
not football related.
harsh for
Go fly
Arizona
a
right now.
kite.
Harsh words for Arizona.
Hey, our mutual buddy Seth is in Arizona, and
Yeah, it's
he
tough.
he does he again. He's a Steelers fan, so he actually enjoys the fact that he actually gets to watch
Good
somewhat
football.
competitive.
Well,
No,
okay. Why am
somewhat
I saying?
competitive
I don't
football.
know why I said good football there.
It's
That was
not
my
good
mistake.
football. We'll get to that next week though when we get
Oh
into our
yeah, we'll get
predictions.
to it.
All right, second place.
Second place, so was actually a tie for me. I have both the Rams and Seahawks at 14-3.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
um,
like when I say this is a good division, I mean this is a great division.
um, Aiden has also a tie for first place, but he has the Seahawks in second at 12-5. I actually have the Seahawks at 10-7, tied for second place with
Mm,
the 49ers. I think I went low this year because obviously, again, they have to pay the Super Bowl tax. Every year, they have to pay the Super Bowl tax. Also, quick one shout out. We forgot this in our provider news. Shout out Devin Witherspoon, now the highest paid defensive back in NFL history.
hey, congratulations, man.
Hey, former Illinois defensive back, by the way.
Hey, there you
Highest
go.
paid.
Illinois, man.
They
Love that
finally
shout
did
out.
something. Woo!
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, but again, I think it was like a 4-year, $132 million deal, which is like a lot of money for. But again, he's a great defensive back. It's well deserved.
Yeah.
But again, like they lose Kobe Bryant. They lose. I think it's Kobe or Cody Bryant. It's one of the two. Because he went to the Bears and then he actually hyperextended his knee. He got surgery on it, and he's out for I think it's like 8 to 10 weeks, and I'm crying in my
Mhm.
sleep. I don't think it's at 8 10 weeks. I think it's out for like 4 to 6 months, and I'm gonna cry.
Mm.
They lost Kenneth Walker as well. I think that that's gonna hurt them a little bit because they lost their bell cow. I kind of want to see how the running back situation unfolds a little bit in Seattle. But again, like, outside of Jackson Smith and Jigba, I mean, they have like what remains of Cooper Cup. I hope that he gets back to form a little bit. I just have some questions on the offensive side for Seattle, but I think defensive side, like that's a team that I'm like, if I have my Bears go up against them, I am praying to God and just asking him to let the offense just have a pulse that game. Because
Yeah.
Mike, the way that Mike McDonald called that Super Bowl game, I'm like, I am afraid for any team to go up against Seattle because he just called a masterclass of a defensive calling game in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But for the Seahawks situation, there's like I'm looking at their schedule and yeah, I mean they're the Super Bowl champions. I think they still have an elite roster, elite they have an elite depth overall, I would say.
Oh,
But
100%.
I think there was just 3 games that I saw on here that I thought could be trap games for them and because God knows there's never we're it's going to be rare that we actually get to see a team that just does not lose a single game in a season. So my trap games, I have them losing at Denver, at Philadelphia in Week 15, and then the last game of the year at LA Rams. That is so. I yeah,
Right.
and which then I guess kind of carries me over into my Rams pick, which again I had them both at 14-3, and just like how I'm talking about Seattle here, Rams are still an elite team. Matt Stafford is incredible. They just got Miles Garrett on their defense, and we didn't
And
cover this
Trey
in the wrap.
McBride. Not Trey
And
McBride.
we
Trent McDuffie, I think,
yes,
is that defensive back from the Chiefs.
and we haven't talked, and not that we really are talking about it just yet, but there is speculation that Aaron Donald may be returning as well. He's been doing some training with the Rams, and I don't whether that's gonna happen and he's gonna join them. If he does, that defense just got even more elite. So, but
If Aaron
even,
Donald
even with,
joins the Rams, like the NFL needs to investigate that team.
yeah, 100%. Even without him, though, the Rams are still an elite team. They're just right up there with Seattle. And I mean, it was it was them. No, who did the Rams lose to in the playoffs? Was that you? Is that you
The-
guys?
no, that we went to overtime with them. And they beat us. It was the Seattle.
That's right.
It was the game
It was
after.
Seattle. Okay, so it was Seattle. They lost to them in the conference championship. So yeah, I mean, these two teams are still very elite. The Rams are going to be incredible this year. Matt Stafford, I don't care how old he is. This guy is slinging it. He's like Tom Brady right now.
I mean, he won MVP last year. Like what age?
Hmm.
37.
Yeah.
Like this is still an elite quarterback. I'll go into Aiden's pick and then my pick. Obviously, he had them tied for first, but obviously he has the Rams winning the division at 12-5. I have the Rams winning the division at 13-4. Kind of like we were saying, this is just an overall elite team. Great running game. Sean McVay's an elite head coach. Um, Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams, elite wide receiving core, really good offensive line, and then you have already a really good defense, and then you add Miles Garrett, you add Trent McDuffie from Kansas City. You said screw those picks. We're going for a Super Bowl now. Like, yeah, like rightfully so. I mean, like the NFC in general is just not in a great spot. Obviously, you're in the toughest division, really in I think the NFL with Seattle and San Francisco. But
Mhm.
San Francisco's on the decline. They're an old team. Seattle had to pay the Super Bowl tax for a lot of their players, and they had to pick and choose like who to keep, who to let go. But yeah, I think the Rams are just gonna do just terrible, god awful things to the NFL, and the NFL is going to be having to bow down to the Rams when it's all said and done.
Yeah, no question. But it's probably when we get to the playoffs, it's coming down to those two teams once again, the Rams and the Seahawks. They're like the version of the Chiefs and the Bills in the playoffs, basically. I think to this point.
Yeah, probably.
But but yeah, I mean, go. I mean, speaking of the Chiefs, now we can get over to the AFC West, and we can kind of talk about who we have going last in their division. Um, which again, to me, I think it's no surprise. Fourth place will go to the Raiders this year.
At what record?
I have them at 6-11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Um,
not like disrespect, but
Aiden
hey
had
man,
the Raiders at last place at 5-12. I had the Raiders last place at 4-13.
4-13.
Again,
Okay.
I think it's plain and simple. I think again Max Crosby's there, but I think he's gonna get traded this deadline. I mean, hypothetically, this offseason, he was almost traded to Baltimore. Um, and then obviously, like he failed his physical, but I think the Ravens just had buyer's remorse a little
Hmm.
bit with how much they had to pay for Max Crosby.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna get traded this deadline. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza, he's gonna be a talk of town about when he's going to start. You still have Ashton Genty there, but this Raiders team is just bad. It's just got way too many holes. This is just more so trying to see if Fernando Mendoza is your guy. And I think by the time it gets like week 8, week 9, week 10 of the season, and then when the season's already lost, that's when you throw Mendoza in there to see what you have at quarterback. And if he's good, fantastic. You found your quarterback for the future. If he's bad, it's year one. You have an awful team. Just toss it into the waste bin and just go into next year and just try and find a better offensive line. I mean, they did add what was it, Tyler Linderbaum from the
Yeah.
from
Um.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
But again, they need to add more pieces on the offensive line. They need to add more pieces in the trenches on defense. But yeah, I think they're going to be the worst team in the. I think all of us have them as the worst team in the
Yeah.
AFC West.
And dude, I honestly, when it comes to their schedule, they probably have the most difficult schedule. We're talking, you got to play the Chiefs twice, the Chargers twice. You got to play the Broncos twice. You got to
Six
go,
losses right there.
yeah. You got at Patriots facing off against the Bills, at San Francisco. You got Seattle on your schedule. Uh, I'm telling you, I mean that's a pretty tough schedule
That's
to
nine
go
losses
through.
right there, and that's not talking about the 50-50 games that they're going to probably lose.
Yeah, exactly. So not even including those, but it's a tough schedule. It's going to be a rough start for Fernando Mendoza. I have no doubt. Um, I don't know. I am wondering when he'll actually get his first start because I know Kirk Cousins is going to be leading the charge at the start of the season. So whether he gets a start after week 1, 2, or 3, left up for debate. But I don't know. We'll have to see how Kirk Cousins does, and if Fernando Mendoza is going to be the future. See what he can do against some of these very difficult teams this year.
Yeah. But let's get into third place now. Um, I have the Chiefs at third place at 9-8, and Aiden has the Chiefs also in third place at 9-8.
Interesting. I have the Chargers at 11-6 in third place.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I
All
I, I
right.
want to know. I well let me hear why you guys have the Chiefs in third. Let's hear it.
I can't again. I can't speak for Aiden, but I think he and I are probably on the same mindset. I think the Chiefs are just in this weird spot where they're good enough to be competitive, but they're not good enough to be like in contention. But they're not bad enough to tank. Like I think again, like the contract extension for Travis Kelsey for 3 years made no sense. Patrick Mahomes coming up an ACL injury, but hopefully he gets healthy going into the season. The wide receiving core is just not good. The offensive line's very respectable, and I do appreciate that. But when your wide receiving core is made up of Rasheed Rice and hoping that he stays out of jail, and then basically Xavier Worthy, which is just like a great value version of Tyreek Hill, and it's not even the good great value brand version. We're talking about this is like super cheapo, really bad for your health, Tyreek Hill and Xavier Worthy. Um, and then obviously like with the defense, like the defense is still like respectable and it holds up a little bit. But you can definitely tell with some of the moves that the Chiefs made this past offseason, getting rid of was it Trent McDuffie
I
in the
think so.
secondary, and then obviously like you're worried about Chris Jones, like again because he's entering his 30s now with his big contract. Like, are you trying to move off of him and trying to accumulate some first round draft picks to revitalize the Chiefs a little bit and to restart the dynasty, kind of like what the Patriots did with Tom Brady, and the fact that they won some Super Bowls, they go into a little bit of a lull, and then they're trying to re-galvanize the franchise to start winning more Super Bowls. We don't know, but I think adding Kenneth Walker certainly helps with the run game. But I think that again, like it's a good enough of a team to be decent, but not good enough to be a playoff contender.
Yeah, that's totally fair. As far as me, I had the Chargers going in third place at 11-6. I do still just think that the Chiefs are going to be a little bit better. They've always the Chargers have always been kind of at the tail end when it those three teams, Broncos, Chiefs, then themselves. So I mean, like I have them losing both of their matchups against the Chiefs this year, losing one to the Broncos. Then they got at Seattle, at Buffalo, at Rams. So like, there's some teams that are just so much better than them, but overall, I think they are still going to be arguably not as good as the Chiefs. The Chiefs have just grown that reputation and they find a way. I think as long as Andy Reid is still the head coach, they're still going to find ways to get themselves in the playoffs and making a run for at least an AFC championship.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to second place. I have the Chargers in second place at 10-7. So does Aiden, 10-7. Aiden and I are like the exact same mindset right now when it comes to the AFC West. And then Levi, what do you have as second place?
It's really funny. It's another tie. I have both the Broncos and the Chiefs at 13-4.
You have the Chiefs winning 13 games this year?
Like I said, man, I mean, I still think that they are going to be a fairly decent team this year. I don't see them being awful, you know? And if you look at their look, I base a lot of the stuff that I do here off of their schedule. And if I'm looking at the Chiefs schedule, you know, they got they got obviously Denver, Chargers, and Vegas, but they got they got Cincinnati, they got Cardinals on their schedule, the Falcons, the Jets, they got the Dolphins, the Colts. Colts can be up. That one can be a toss up, honestly, but I still have them winning that. They got the Patriots that I think they'll lose. I think they'll lose to at Buffalo this year. They'll lose at Seattle and at Denver. So they're going to split with Denver, but and they'll beat the Chargers both times. But I look, I still think that they're going to be a very decent team, very good team that is not to be trifled with. Patrick Mahomes always finds a way. I hate to be the
Okay,
Chris
Chris
Collinsworth,
Collinsworth.
but I hate to be the
Hey,
Chris Collinsworth here,
that
but
guy
Patrick
over
Mahomes
there
finds a way.
reminds me of Patrick Mahomes.
Telling you though, he
That
does
guy
find a
right
way.
there, he kind of reminds me of
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
But I'm telling you, they'll find a way. They're gonna find a way.
Hey, over under on every broadcast that does not involve the Kansas City Chiefs. Chris Collinsworth mentions Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, every
It's
single
like
time.
1.5. He has to have at least one.
Every time.
At least one.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that guy on social media that like imitates Chris Collinsworth.
Oh, he's hilarious. I know who you're talking about.
Funny. He goes like, he actually did meet Chris Collinsworth, and Chris Collinsworth's like, yeah, you nailed the laugh. And I was like, yeah, he does.
Shout out, man. Love to collab with you.
Yeah, great content creator.
But yes, but take me into your second place there, Peter.
Yeah, I think the Chargers. I think they're in a very interesting spot. Again, Justin Herbert. I had in my top 5 quarterbacks. I love Justin Herbert. I think he's an amazing QB. Mind you, he dragged that corpse of a team to the playoffs last year on a broken hand. Mind you, he had a broken left hand and dragged that team into the postseason. With, mind you, every single one of their offensive linemen were injured outside the center. And what sucks is, Aiden, is the fact that today the Chargers starting center got carted off the field.
No way.
He did. Yeah, he did. So,
oh no.
But here's what I will say: Mike McDaniel is the new offensive coordinator for the Chargers, which I think is really good for Justin Herbert, because I think the problem was that their offense was way too oriented heavily on the run. And with how bad their offensive line was last year, I think like they had to switch up a few things, and I think they went in a better direction. And Jim Harbaugh did a really good job of being like, we have to go into a passing-oriented offense with Justin Herbert, because let's just be perfectly honest, you gotta get the ball out quick. Mike McDaniel does that better than any other coach in the NFL. Get the ball out quick. Again, we saw what he did with Tua for like a year and a half, where Tua emerged as a top 10-ish quarterback in the NFL before, injuries decided to rear their ugly head when it comes to Tua. And so I think he can take Justin Herbert and, again, take a quarterback that's really efficient, really good at taking care of the football, and make him a heck of a lot better. So I think if you're the Chargers, like Quentin Johnson, Trey Harris, and really that whole entire team, like I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers, again, I'm not saying they're going to be otherworldly great, but I think they're going to be good enough to make the postseason.
Yeah, it's like you said there. It's perfectly valid, and going back to my pick. Every team they got to play. The only ones I see them losing are just some of like the teams that have made the
Yeah, like
playoffs almost
Denver.
every year. Like, yeah, Denver is going to be tough. Seattle's going to be tough.
Hmm.
But they are a NFL playoff caliber team, and there has been a lot of there has been a lot of downsides and a lot of bad luck that's probably gotten thrown their way the past couple seasons. But I would have no disrespect on them. I think Justin Herbert's a great quarterback. I think he can be arguably one of the
Hey,
top 10
shout out
QBs
Justin
in the
Herbert for
NFL.
getting engaged. Shout out Justin
Yeah,
Herbert for getting engaged.
shout out to that. Just don't get distracted. Don't get distracted from it.
Hey, if he's anything like Josh Allen, he'll get superpowers.
Yeah, true. Well, and Josh Allen's superpowers did get depleted there in the playoffs last year. Just saying. So
Hey, I just want to point this out. He does have a kid now.
does have a kid.
Josh Allen
He
does have a
does.
kid, so I think I mind you, Josh Allen plus dad strength.
Yeah, it's
He he
actually
he he might become Superman this year. We don't know.
he
We
might
don't
he
know.
might be onto something this season, but
Might be on something.
um, but then I guess let's get into all of our number ones here. So I obviously had a tie, but the Broncos are probably going to be the number one team I would think in
Yeah.
the division for
Yeah,
sure.
I have Denver at 12-5, and then Aiden has Denver at 11-6.
Yep, and I had them at 13-4, but Um, man, I mean, what do you think about the Broncos? There was a lot you saw last year, and I'm curious where you kind of see them going this year with that record.
Yeah. I think really with Denver, like you look at their defense, there's nothing else that needs to be said. I mean, that defense just annihilates people. It's very, very good. Really good pass defense. Run defense is a little iffy if I remember correctly. Um, but the offense, like it's second year with Sean Payton. I think Bo Nix is going to get a lot more comfortable. Um, I think again, like you look at Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant is like being the talk of the town right now in training camp right now. The fact that he's turning a lot of heads and he's emerging as their wide receiver too. The running back core is, I think, the biggest point of concern right now. Again, like it's not a great one, especially with RJ Harvey being your only running back. So I'm a little worried on that end. But again, elite offensive line. If Bo Nix can take the next level and become an even better quarterback with Sean Payton, second year there, I think again the sky's the limit for Denver if they can actually like put it together and not just go from a division winner but to a possible Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, yeah, and of course, going back to our QB rankings we did a couple weeks ago, I was pretty high on Bo Nix. So I mean, I'm going to further validate that argument with just the team overall and the way that they perform. The Chiefs will probably I mean, the Chiefs are going to be one of their most difficult games, of course, but I have them splitting. I have them splitting with the Chiefs. They're 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 gonna lose to Seattle. I think they'll lose to Seattle at Seattle. By the way, they have at Rams, and they face off against the Bills this year. But no, they're a very solid team. There's no question there. Their defense has really been the highlight from last year, and it's going to continue to help them thrive this season. But yeah, I just love everything about that's going on in Denver right now, and they're gonna be an excellent team this year for sure. They're gonna be they could be AFC championship level good.
Yeah. All right. So just to review the AFC West, Aiden had the Raiders finishing last at 5-12. Chiefs finished third, 9-8. Chargers finished second, 10-7. Broncos finished first, 11-6. I had Vegas last at 4-13. Kansas City third at 9-8. Chargers second at 10-7. Denver first at 12-5.
Okay, yep. And then I had the Raiders at 6-11, Chargers at 11-6, and then the Broncos and Chiefs both at 13-4 tied. Broncos, of course, though, still being the winner of the division, in my opinion.
Awesome. Well, again, that was really good. Again, next week, everybody, will be our AFC and NFC North predictions.
Yeah,
And
we can't wait to get into that. Oh boy.
oh boy, I think the podcast might end after those predictions
Hmm.
because Levi, I wrote down my predictions already for the AFC North.
Oh boy.
You're not gonna like them. You're not gonna like him, bud.
I'm tempering my expectations.
Your expectations should be low for me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no surprise.
now, ladies and gentlemen, it is game time.
Yes, sir.
So, uh,
We got a fun one
recently,
tonight.
recently, we found a website. It is created by an individual, and God bless them for it. It is called Build a Player. Now, we are going to be playing the football version of this. And this week, we are going to be focusing on quarterbacks. So this time, Levi and I will have 3 attempts to make the best quarterback possible.
I don't
Now,
know how
it
good
goes.
we were gonna do. We did this before recording, and it did not look good. But
We
fingers
created
crossed, we
a
come up with something pretty
Madden
good.
generated player, needless to say. But again, we're going to be playing the Classic Edition. Again, it goes through all 32 NFL teams. Obviously, since we're doing Quarterback Edition, you will either get an amazing quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, or you're going to get the third string quarterback and you're going to be praying to Almighty God to have at least have a decent trade.
Hmm.
So obviously, Levi, if you're having it on the screen right now, let's go ahead and go into the Classic Edition of Build a Player. So Levi,
Okay.
let's spin this wheel, and then you're going to list off the quarterback, the team, the quarterback, and obviously their traits.
Yeah, and I don't know if you had already mentioned it, but we do get one respin for both team and the QB. So
Yes.
fingers crossed we don't have to use that. So we got Jacksonville as our team with our QB being Carter Bradley. So stat wise, is not looking really good all around. He's averaging like a C minus in every single category here. His best
Oh,
category is a build at a C plus.
I think we go with the build and just bite the bullet there.
Gotta bite the bullet here. It's a tough
Yeah,
seam. Not very
tough
looking
scene.
very good.
God, a 71 to start off with. That's not great.
Pretty bad. Oh, we're going to the Bears, and we got Case Keenum.
Respin the QB.
He's-
We got to get
You don't
Caleb Williams
want
here.
you don't want his processing at B minus.
No, no, not Case Keenum. God,
All
no.
right, let's better hope we don't regret using this QB spin already. Caleb Williams. Okay, so I mean, yeah, he's got good.
Ooh.
Well done, Peter. Shout out to you, of course. But his best ones are arm and playmaking creativity at A pluses. He does have A minuses in pocket presence, vision, and legs.
I think we go A plus for playmaking creativity.
I think that's good. We need skill is going to be a valuable asset in this game
Yes.
for sure. All right, we are going to the Saints now with Tyler Shook, somebody that you are
Okay.
very hyped on. I know
Okay.
from some of our previous episodes. So his best category is pocket presence at a B plus, and then it's B's and B minuses all around in the
I think we
rest
go
of his
pocket
category.
presence then. I think that makes the most sense.
Pocket presence.
Okay.
Let's go.
Not terrible. Not terrible.
We're doing okay so far. We got Tampa Bay Bucks with Baker Mayfield.
Hey, get that leadership. I see that leadership with the A. He's got that
Honestly,
dog in
yeah.
him.
Yeah, leadership from Baker Mayfield. I appreciate his leadership on field.
Unlimited amount. If it's just a dog in him, it's like a S tier.
We got the bench for the Buffalo Bills, Kyle Allen. Not Josh
Oh.
Allen, but Kyle Allen.
Oh golly.
His best categories are processing and accuracy and touch with a C plus.
Do we respin the team here?
Let's see. Well,
I
we
don't know.
got 1, 2, 3, 4. We
Wait,
have
what's his
5
processing?
categories left.
What's his processing?
His processing is a C plus. That means
And
I'm
what's the other
guessing
C plus?
it was accuracy and touch. Those aren't really good categories to have a C plus in.
I think we just go with C plus for processing. No.
I mean, we can. The only thing I'm thinking about when I'm thinking of processing, I'm meaning like maybe I don't know exactly what their maybe his timing on the field, his like
It's more so
how
processing
fast is
plays and reading defenses, essentially.
could be.
I mean, we could respin the team, but this early, I mean, like we're like
I will.
what
The
4
only
in
thing
out
I'll
of like
say
the
is like
9.
I think for something that's especially where like mental and skill are like a very important categories over like your physicality. that's
Right.
probably going to drop our overall significantly. We're already at an 89, but it's up to you. You make the call.
I think we respin the team.
Spin the
Being
team.
honest.
Let's do it. We got the Bears again with Tyson Bagent. Not much better. So I mean, we have C pluses in his physicality right now.
What's it? Legs to C plus. Let's go legs C plus. He can move around.
Legs C plus.
We'll bite the bullet on
Take
that.
So
We'll bite the bullet on that.
Yeah. I'd rather take a bullet in physicality over mentality at the moment. Falcons, we're getting Trevor
Simeon.
Okay, well, okay. His processing's not bad. He has a B minus.
We'll take processing then. We have nothing else to go for.
We can take that. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going off of that for us. Eagles, we're getting Tanner McKee, who has a B minus in arms.
We'll take the arm. God, we are making a horrible. This is a backyard sports quarterback.
Yeah, this is not looking too good. The Giants, we got Brandon Allen.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's just slowly going down.
This is going downhill so fast.
Do we have somebody who basically cannot feel, or do we have somebody who's basically blind? That's what we're looking at here.
It's a C minus for both, right?
Yes. Not looking good here.
I'd say vision.
Vision. Okay, our last category is the Giants with Jackson Dart. So he's getting a B for accuracy. Which means we went with a 77 overall QB. Who's not looking too good. And we can simulate our built QB here. So, and he's going to be playing for the Rams. That's wonderful.
Gosh, we're getting carried.
Simulate how this guy's going to do, and he is going to go 8-9. A mediocre. We missed the postseason. Mediocre QB.
Right, what are our stats looking like?
Yeah, 3,600 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He's a 63% of completed passes.
Oh my God, we stink. We're
awful. He got sacked 30 times this season. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. All right, go to the next build. Horrible. Let's go to the next build. We need to get out of this. We are buns. Gosh.
Yeah,
this is a horrible. Like legitimately speaking, this is like one of those like Madden generated quarterbacks where it's like he has normal default, like skill level for.
Yeah, I mean quite literally, this is bad. So let's go ahead. Let's do another one. We got to get some more luck here. I'm looking for at least. Better. I want something at least 85 or better overall.
Yeah, let's shoot for 80s at this point, Levi. We got absolutely.
Trey Lance from the Chargers. His best categories are legs at B, and Bill is a B minus.
I'd say go legs.
Let's get those legs moving.
Damn legs.
That's pretty good. We're going back to the Chargers, and we got. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
DJ Uiagalelei. I got you.
Well,
I remember college football. I remember DJ Uiagalelei. He was awful, but he has a fantastic build.
Yeah, apparently, and an A minus. So yeah, we're gonna go with that.
We'll take that. That's
great.
6'4", almost 240 quarterback. He's built.
Yeah. Lions, Teddy Bridgewater. It's not terrible. He's got his best categories leadership.
B.
Yeah. I think we gotta.
Yeah, I think we'll leadership.
We gotta go, and that didn't really change a whole lot, which is kind of unfortunate. But going to Jacksonville, we got Trevor Lawrence. That's perfect. We can take his arm.
Get his arm.
That dude was slinging it last year. I got some high hopes for the Jaguars this year. I love Trevor Lawrence. Duval. We got Drake May from the Patriots.
Okay. Better.
We have his best category is accuracy at an A.
We'll take his accuracy and touch.
Yeah, that's great. So I mean, we got a few categories left. We're at an 89, looking so far so good. Andy Dalton. He spoke at our college.
Nice guy. Nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Nice guy.
In terms of football, it kind of went down downhill a little bit for him.
Hey, shout out the Red Rock. Hey, don't you disrespect Andy Dalton. He's a nice guy. He covered your Steelers logo.
He
Because
did.
you were wearing
I
a
got
Steelers
I
hat.
do have a picture with Andy Dalton. He covered my
I have
Steelers
a picture
hat.
with Andy Dalton, dude. Nice guy. I say
He's a nice
respin
guy.
the team. I say respin the team on
Yeah,
this.
let's go ahead and respin the team here. Vikings. Oh gosh, Kyler Murray. Okay, you know what? Hey,
they look at
that is
Kyler Murray.
actually hilarious. They have him very short on his picture.
They have only his forehead showing. Levi, you gotta show people. You gotta enhance that on the screen for people. Like,
bro,
oh no, that is bad.
The memes for this is insane. I love that. That is hilarious.
I love that so much. All right, go with his playmaking.
Oh my gosh, yeah, shout out to him for great playmaking. I'm very happy with that.
You have a good player so far at 89.
Yeah, we're going with the Saints.
I might spoke too soon.
We got Tyler Shook again. Pocket presence is best category at a B+.
Take it.
Okay, we got 2 categories left. Hopefully, it doesn't deter us.
Dallas.
And we got Lamar Jackson.
Take the vision. Take the vision.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're hitting 90 right here. Okay, as long as we don't get something horrible.
Frick.
We got to respin QB.
We got to respin. We got to respin.
We have to. Carson
Frick.
Wentz.
We got Carson Wentz for processing.
We went from
a 90 to an 86. Oh,
yikes, man. Carson Wentz brought us down there. But hey,
Carson Wentz went from an MVP candidate to that. Oh no.
I did say 85 or better. So this is a nice upgrade right here. Let's see if we actually make the playoffs this season. We're working with the 49ers who are injured, so our player probably got injured. He's probably going to get injured.
Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
Hey, 12-5. That's very respectable. It's respectable. He's got 4,600 yards passing yards this season, 27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, a 68% completion. Some good rushing yards. Yeah, he took a lot of sacks, of course, still, but hey.
Dude, 28's not a lot, though. I mean, that's actually pretty low for an NFL quarterback.
Hey, I'm happy with that. I'm happy that we got that.
Right,
we're entering the playoffs here. We are facing off against Tampa Bay.
Easy dub.
San Fran. Okay, and Tampa's might be going away with it. Oh man, this is close. And we got the dub.
Jim, it's a little close, Jim.
That's not what he wanted to cook. That's not what he wanted. Okay. And we're going up against the Seahawks. Oh gosh, I think this is probably going to be the end of our journey here.
Boom, boom, boom. Score.
Okay, we're scoring. We're tied, and we took the L.
Sam Darnold's better than us. Sad times.
Hey, we made it to the division round, so I'm happy with that.
Hey, we won MVP.
We won regular season MVP. Shout out to our guy for that. Congratulations.
Even though we have the processing of Carson Wentz.
Yeah, you still somehow won the regular season MVP.
Still somehow won the regular season MVP. All right, let's try and see if we can make a better quarterback one last time.
Okay, yeah, I think we got one more in us. I think we have to do better than 86 for sure.
100%.
Okay, here we go. We're going to the Jets. Not looking good so far. Geno Smith.
Let's take his leadership.
Yeah.
Because number one, if you remember last year, Levi, when they were playing really bad, Geno Smith said, do you remember that press conference where Geno Smith said last year, and I quote, "If your car breaks down, blame it on me."
Blame it on
him. That guy.
That is a pretty good.
I want that as my cue. If my car breaks down tomorrow morning, I'm blaming Geno Smith.
Hey, Aiden's working on his car right now. Blame it on Geno Smith.
Blame it on Geno Smith.
Okay, we're going back to the Saints. We're getting Spencer Rattler.
Okay.
His best category is arm at a B.
I think we'll go arm then. Save it.
Okay with that. Yep. Okay. Going. Oh boy, the Steelers. We got Mason Rudolph.
Super Bowl.
Mason Rudolph. All C's here, bud.
Oh my God. Do we have to respin the team already?
Yeah. Much as it pains
me,
we have
to team. Get away from Pittsburgh.
Chiefs. We got Justin Fields. Now here's the guy.
Legs.
There's the guy right there. We got those legs.
Get them
Justin Field
legs.
has incredible
Pause.
legs.
Get them legs. Pause.
That is incredible right there. Some good legs. Pause. Colts, Riley Leonard. I forgot about Riley Leonard.
Hey,
He's
shout
got
out
a
Notre
B.
Dame.
He has a B for his build. It's his best.
I say go B for the build.
Going for the build.
Going for the build.
Thank you, Riley Leonard. Tampa Bay, we got Baker Mayfield again, so it's back to either playmaker or accuracy.
I say
A-minuses.
accuracy. He can throw the needle.
Yeah, for sure. Packers, we're going to Green Bay, and we got Jordan Love, who has an A- for processing. Yeah,
Are we sure that's
I know.
accurate? Are we sure that's accurate? He threw some
It may
really dumb
not be.
interceptions last year. All right, we'll take
Right.
his processing, I guess.
Bryce, if you're watching this, you should be happy.
No, they're going to be
Buffalo.
bad.
There we go. We got Josh
My
Allen this time.
goats. My
All
goats.
right, everything he has is an A. What's his best one?
Ooh, I say vision. Right?
Oh, vision.
Actually, no. Pocket presence. I think pocket presence is.
I think pocket presence might be crucial here.
Yeah.
We're sitting here at a 90. The Dolphins, we got Quinn Ewers. Not looking.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Here's the problem:
we can't respin the quarterback.
We can, yeah, I guess he's probably the best QB on that list, huh?
I mean, Malik Willis is okay, but I don't think his stats are any better.
Yeah,
right?
I wouldn't think so.
What do we have? We have playmaking, creativity, and vision, right?
Vision, yeah, vision and playmaking / creativity.
And what are those? Are they both C pluses or C minuses?
They're both C plus.
I think take vision.
Vision, okay. So hopefully we don't have to use our respin QB here. We got the Ravens.
Baltimore.
We got Tyler
respin.
I think
respin the QB.
We got Skylar Thompson. It just got worse. Oh no,
that got significantly worse. All right.
Drops us to an 84. Oh,
dang. Oh no, we're idiots.
Man, we just sold on that. And we're going to Cleveland. Oh, no! We're going to Cleveland. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. We're gonna win 2 games. 9-8.
9-8. That's actually respectable for Cleveland.
And somehow we're playoff bound. Okay.
How?
Are you serious? They beat the Steelers. Are you kidding me? They beat the Steelers twice.
The Steelers stink. They're
Shut
awful.
Up. They beat the Steelers twice. They beat the Bengals. What? Why do I only see them on here? I only see the Bengals on here once.
This is a freaking randomized schedule thing. Don't read much into it.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, but you beat the Steelers twice. You did God's work.
Let's see if we can be an underdog in the playoffs here. We're facing off against the Colts. We're winning right now.
Winning?
They're winning. Oh my gosh, they're winning. We actually just advanced.
We won a playoff game in Cleveland?
That is actually insane. Okay, we're at Houston right now. It's 7-6. Oh, Texans taking the lead. They're taking the lead here.
It's over. It's all over, bro.
Oh man. Yep. Another divisional round loss. Very unfortunate, but I can't do anything about it. Lamar Jackson won the MVP. Okay. But yeah. Okay. Well, that's tough. We had 3,500 passing yards this season, 21 passing touchdowns, 67% completion rates, 34 sacks. But yeah, that Skylar Thompson, that dragged us down a lot there.
Hey, we almost carried Cleveland.
We did. We were almost there. We almost had it. But hey, that's pretty fun. So I mean, next week we'll do running back, and then we'll hit the wide receiver in that final week. So that's a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I'll leave a link in the comments below if you guys want to try out the Build a Player. Go ahead to this website and go try and build your own QB. See if you can do better than us. Because Lord knows we can't even get to a 90.
Drop a comment down below on what's your best build. And
we'd love to hear it.
Features that you used.
Love to hear it in the comments. Well, with that said, Peter, this is the end of another episode. We will, after this episode ends, you will see another clip here of the Buckeye breakdown since they couldn't be a part of our episode today. But you will see this here at the end of the video, getting on to our final Buckeye breakdown of week 4, I believe. So
Yep.
So be sure to stay tuned at the end of the episode for that as well. But with that, Peter, I mean, what else we got going on?
Yeah. Uh, Pretty much again, like we got again week zeros next week. Again, baseball still going on. Playoffs are crunching down. The Cardinals beat the Reds today, by the way. So it looks like the Reds are going to be finishing last place.
We just talked about them last night because I mean they had a doubleheader with the Cardinals, and I just
They're
said
so bad.
we're getting into September here. It's not looking too well. We're missing. We're not even making the wild card this year. They're horrible. I'm sorry, but
Chat, sun's getting real low.
that team upsets me. I will shout out Ellie De La Cruz. He did have his first ever walk off win last night. He had a walk off. I can't remember. I think it was in that second game against the Cardinals last night too. So his first one of his career. So I will shout him out for that.
Yeah. But yeah, Levi, did you watch Spider-Man No Way Home?
You mean? Well, I've seen No Way Home. That one's been out.
Not
for
No Way Home, Brand New Day.
Yeah,
That's what I meant. Brand
I
New
did.
Day.
I did check out Spider-Man: Brand New Day. I actually watched it twice. Second
Same
time
here.
is second time was with Ethan since he didn't get to go with us for the first. But dude, yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I think it's arguably the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I think
I have it as like the second best one.
over
personally.
over No Way Home or
I
what do you
have it.
better?
I have No Way Home as the best one because obviously nostalgia is a kicker.
Mhm.
Brand New Day, I think, is the best one that he has done individually himself. Homecoming is second, then Far From Home is last.
Yeah. Okay, and that's totally fair.
Yeah,
But
I give
yeah,
the
I
movie
thought it
like
was
a
a great
7
movie.
out of 10. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I liked
Yeah,
it.
I liked it. There was not too much that I had problems with in the movie.
I
The
think
only
there's like
thing I would
I think there's
say,
like two problems in it, but like not like it derails the whole movie.
no, 100% it doesn't. Um, but yeah, I mean, I liked the movie. I thought it was great. I think it was one of I would I gotta maybe say with No Way Home just because you brought all the Spider-Man together. That was hard to top. You brought all these guys. It was a let's be honest. It was like a oh, what do they call like it was for the fans essentially. They made
Nostalgia.
that movie for the fans.
It was nostalgia berries. They just like
It
hung up in
was.
front of us. Like, do you remember Tobey Maguire? Do you remember Andrew Garfield? And they just like hung in front of our face. And we're like, yeah.
And
Like,
so
let's be
see,
honest. The movie made zero sense, but we enjoyed it because we saw Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland again.
yeah, exactly, and it was great. So I was happy to see both of those guys return in that aspect. But still, I think Brand New Day was incredible. It was a great original Spider-Man story for Tom Holland. Since most of his movies have been working with like things with other MCU related characters. Obviously, you had Hulk and Punisher in this movie, but his
I
story
feel like this
this
is like
time
the
around felt more
first.
grounded and standalone.
I feel like this is like the first movie where like Tom is not overshadowed by another major movie star. Am I
Yeah,
crazy in saying that?
I can agree with
Because
that. He's had Nick.
because Homecoming had Michael Keaton and Robert Downey Jr. Far From
Mhm.
Home had
Nick
Jake
Fury
Gyllenhaal
and Nick
and Nick
Fury.
Fury. It like in obviously Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
Like No Way Home obviously had Tobey Maguire, Alfred
and
Molina, Andrew Garfield,
Fury.
William Dafoe, Jamie
All
Foxx,
these, yeah, all
like
these
all
big
these
guys.
big
Like,
massive stars.
mhm.
And then you have and then I think this one's like Tom is like the definitive star.
Yeah,
He's not
for
overshadowed by
sure.
somebody.
I agree. Yeah, so and that's what makes it so good is we got to really cover his story a little bit more without the overshadowment of other big players in these movies.
What would you give it on a scale of like 1 to 10? Like 1 being it's awful, 10 out of 10 is like a legendary stands the test of time. Like what would you rate the movie as?
I'd probably give it an 8. I
Okay.
think it's an 8 for me. Yeah.
Again, I can respect that. Again, it's very fun, very enjoyable. Again, like to our listeners, if you haven't seen it, go out and see it. It's really fun. You'll have a good time for like I think what's about like 2 hours, about 2:15.
Something like that. Yeah.
Again,
But
I enjoyed it. It's really good.
and since we had talked about Disney a little bit earlier, I do want to shout them out because they did a collaboration with the NFL. So they actually have a lot of NFL Disney merchandise coming out. So I believe a couple of weeks ago there was a fan fest that went down, and the Roger Goodell was there, and they were like doing their own draft of Disney characters, Disney, Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, all that stuff. And so each team got to pick a big Disney character to have, and then they're using it as merchandise. So like just for example, the um uh the New York Jets, they got Buzz Lightyear as their Disney character. So now they get to have all this merchandise tied around him and stuff. So really cool. And that merchandise I think drops like next week, so going to be interesting to check out. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah. But Levi, what do you got going on before we sign off going into this week?
Yeah, we got the Steelers. They have another game this Thursday. Their preseason. I don't remember who we're playing off against, but I didn't get actually didn't yeah whatever. I didn't get to check out much of the game last week since I was seeing Spider Man, but yeah, I'm pretty excited to go watch them because it's football, man. I'm so excited for football season to be back. Cannot wait. Um, and that's pretty much all we have going on at the moment. So just excited for sports, man. Football.
Yeah, football's come back. Obviously, like I said, next week is week 0, and then I think like the regular season should be starting like probably the weekend after Labor Day, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So, again, be on the lookout. Next week, our episode will be covering obviously the AFC and NFC North, as well as going over our playoff predictions. So yeah, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you again so much for all the support. Again, if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe. It is free. It helps us out immensely since YouTube is changing a whole bunch of stuff with their algorithm lately. If you enjoyed the video, click like, share it with a friend. And if you want to follow us on social media, all of our socials are linked down below. But obviously, for From the Couch, we have Levi. I'm Peter. We want to thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you all next time.
See you guys next time. Have a great week.
We are here for our Buckeye Breakdown Week 4, and we got Aiden back here so that way he can get prepared for this week's trivia of this Buckeye Breakdown. Are you ready for this, Aiden?
It's about as ready as I can be.
Because I can tell you it's not going to be easy this week.
Oh dear.
But let's go ahead and get into your Week 4 for the Buckeye Breakdown.
End zone. They fake it to him. Spate gets the throw away. Intercepted. And another pick six for the Ohio State defense. Malik Hooker just walks in.
Oh, this is 2016 Michigan.
That's what is going to decide this game, and the Buckeyes capture a huge break here.
Wilton Spate, I think, was only the quarterback for Michigan for 1 year, if I recall, and I'm pretty sure it was 16. This is when they are in like basically their own end zone, and Malik Hooker intercepts it and takes it back for a pick six.
So your player, your year, the team. What do we got?
It's Michigan. The quarterback's Wilton Spate. I'm pretty sure Malik Hooker is who picks it off, and it's 2016.
End zone. They fake it to him. Spate gets the throw away. Intercepted. And another pick six for the Ohio State defense. Malik Hooker just walks in.
Third interception for a touchdown. 7th for Ohio State.
This is a great game. JT was not short.
Special teams, turnover margin. That's what ultimately is going to decide this game. And the Buckeyes capture a huge break here.
I will admit, since week 1 with your editing, it was actually difficult. The only reason, the main reason I knew this is actually just the end of the call where he mentions him taking it back to the house. Otherwise, I do think it would have been. But I think that it's important to keep in, or else it's just like, oh, it's just an interception. Like,
yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to figure it out.
There would be no way.
It gives you the idea that, hey, the defense obviously did something here.
Yeah.
And it gives you indication. But like I had tried to stump Dad with that earlier, and he did actually have a tough time. I had to actually tell him. But yeah, I'm guessing the clues with that and hearing Spate, that probably
Spate really helped. Because again, the only time I'm pretty sure he was only the starting quarterback for them in 2016, and I don't think he was there in 15. Or he was like a backup in 15, I think. And then 17, they moved on. I think it was Cade McNamara. I think in 17. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, I mean, obviously, this is just a classic game right here.
For sure.
Like I said, JT was not short. I actually do like that you went with this play because you could have gone with the JT with short play. You could have gone with right before that when Curtis Samuel's like running all around the backfield and somehow manages to get positive yards to make it a 4th and 1. And you could have obviously done, Samuel cuts it back, Ohio State wins. Like, yeah, you could have done all that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, those pretty specific. Like, but I actually really like this call. I would be curious to see Ethan, who is our brother. I think he would be able to get this too, because I mean, me and him are pretty similar in our knowledge for the game.
Definitely have to talk to him and see if we can stump him on that. But I mean, well done to you, Aiden. So I mean, you got 4 points. We did receive some feedback on last week's.
I will not be receiving the points.
Yeah, after the deliberation, Aiden will not be receiving that point since he did say Terrell Pryor first. So if we do our math, you were at 10 points in total last week with that 1 point being deducted. So now, and you got 4 this week, so you're at 14 points right now. So you're really in a good spot, and we got 2 weeks of this left, I believe.
3 weeks, right? I thought it was 7 weeks when we started, if I recall. 7 weeks
I can't
to the
remember.
season, or is it 2 weeks?
Whenever the Buckeyes play week 1, that's how many weeks we had. So, but
it's 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure.
6. So, either way, though, you're in a pretty good spot in terms of your projections for getting this prize at the end of this game. So. Very good.
Yes, sir. Hey, well, I'm really loving this segment. It's been one of my favorites. I mean, selfishly, it's been one of my favorites, but it's also just a fun segment. I hope everybody enjoys watching these segments and guessing at home. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that can do it for their respective teams. So I'm curious if you're not a fan of Ohio State or Michigan, if you would have been able to guess this play. Again, it's not necessarily a hard play, like it's ridiculously hard play, but I also wouldn't say this is an easy play to, especially if you didn't watch the game. So,
yeah, absolutely. Well, again, thank you guys for checking out this episode. And then be sure to like, subscribe, follow us as we get ready for next week with another Buckeye breakdown and our, of course, AFC and NFC North predictions, which we're very excited for.
Yes, sir.
So thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.